right. Well, first of all, my name is Mike Sadler. I am on the sales team at Forever Cheese.
And I'm Shannon Herlihy, and I am also on the sales team at Forever Cheese.
Today you have found yourself in the middle of our Italian blue cheese webinar. So the first thing I want to say is Happy Blue Year.
Happy Blue Year.
And how's your 2026 been going so far, Shannon?
You know, I'm feeling a little blue, but thanks to this webinar, I'm feeling much better.
Well, I have to say that that joke blew my mind. And this is going really well so far.
Thank you. Yep.
So anyway.
So with that very cheesy intro, let's talk about Forever Cheese. So Forever Cheese has been importing specialty foods for over 25 years. And we import from Italy, Spain, Portugal, Croatia, and Switzerland.
And so also you may have heard we, in the last couple of years, brought on another sister company called WA Imports, and they bring in just the best East Asian condiments, products, misos, shoyus, yuzu juices, a whole variety of things. A lot of folks who are already familiar with our Forever Cheese stuff, we've been trying to introduce them to those products because they're very cool as well. And then also more recently brought on a facility in Virginia that's helping us to convert some of our products into different formats. So that's been pretty awesome. Where are we today?
Yeah, we are here in our lovely product studio in Secaucus, New Jersey, which is where our warehouse is. And it's been so amazing to be able to use this space for all sorts of different things like live trainings, different educational videos, content for our YouTube channel, and webinars like this one today.
And today's webinar, as you can see from this lovely spread before us, is Italian blue cheese. So blue cheese, one of the more polarizing categories of cheese, but I would say we have some of the best from many different sources, but especially coming from Italy. Do you want to give us a rundown, Shannon, of what products we're going to be taking a look at today?
Yes, I would love to. So we're going to start with 3 different kinds of Gorgonzola. So we've got a Gorgonzola Dolce, Picante, and an extra creamy. Yep, right there. And then we will talk about our Verde Capra and the Fior di Arancio. So it's all amazing options that we can't wait to share with you.
So, probably the most exciting thing one of the best things about this particular webinar is we have an incredible guest that's going to be joining us. I'm going to toss it to her in just one moment. Her name is Giulia. She is from IGOR. They are our producer of Gorgonzola, and they have an incredible story. She's joining us from later in the day in Italy to share this with you guys. So we're really excited about that. We're going to let her take most of the time here. After that, we'll wrap up with a couple of the other products that we mentioned, as well as a couple applications, some little bites preparations that we've prepared. And we are going to make sure to leave a little bit of time there at the end for any questions you guys might have for us. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. I am going to hand it off to Giulia from IGOR.
Thanks, Giulia.
Thanks.
Yes, hello, thank you very much. Good morning for you. In Italy, as they said, it's evening, so it is a pleasure to be here with you today and to talk about my company. So I'm Giulia. I'm the 4th generation of the Leonardi family, founders and owners of the company IGOR Gorgonzola. In my company, I'm the export sales manager, so I take care about the relationship, in this case, with Forever Cheese for the export of our Gorgonzola cheese in the US. We work with Forever Cheese, I don't know, since more than 20 years, and we have a very good and established relationship with all of them. So let me share my screen because I have a presentation of my company. So just tell me if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
We're good.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So our company is, as I was saying, is a family business. I represent the 4th generation, but nowadays the managing generation is the 3rd one, where you can see from the right is my father, Fabio Leonardi, then that's me, my cousin Marco, my aunt Lara, my uncle Maurizio, and we still have the 2nd generation, that is my grandmother Ivana. She will turn 22 years old this year, and she works every day in the company. And for us, is a very big source of inspiration because it really shows the values of our company of passion, commitment, tradition that I will explain also later on. Our company was founded in 1935. I will go just very brief on the history. Last year, we celebrated the 19th anniversary of since the foundation of our company. Until 1996, we were a very small and artisanal and local company, but then we invested a lot, like in new production side, new production technique, because at that time Gorgonzola was mainly sold on the Italian market, and so we started to export the product at European level, and then thanks to specific techniques and innovation, product innovation, we were able also to export overseas. And in fact, at the end of the 90s, we started also to export overseas. Throughout the years, we also acquired some other companies, and nowadays this group our group is located, as you can see in this map. So we are located in the Piedmont region, in the Novara area. Our headquarters is in Novara. You can see a little picture of our headquarters in the right corner on the top, where is IGOR, where we have more, let's say, more an automated production for product that goes to mainly to retailers and on the shelf of the supermarkets. But we also have three production sites that are completely artisanal, where we still produce Gorgonzola by hand according to the tradition that was handed down from father to son since more than 90 years. And these companies are Pal, Quattro Rose, and Sinvernizzi, where we produce our highest and premium line of Gorgonzola, like the Gorgonzola Piccante and the Gorgonzola Creamy, Extra Creamy, that you will see afterwards. Our product has received during the years many awards, from the World Cheese Award, a lot of Gold Award, International Cheese Award, Infinity Blue, that is a category of award at Italian level on the blue cheeses, of which we are very proud of. Gorgonzola, as you know for sure, is a PDO product. It means protected designation of origin. So this means that there's a set of rules that has to be respected to be able to call the product Gorgonzola. These rules are, for example, the origins of the raw materials, so the milk that can only come from Piedmont and Lombardy region. Also the production site and the cut and packaging site should be in this area. The production recipe, it has to be in a certain manner. All the wheels have to be traced to a specific number of a production site, and so on. The most important thing from a nutritional point of view to be known of Gorgonzola is that it's naturally lactose free, thanks to its production process. So the majority of the lactose is eliminated at the beginning of the production, while the rest is kind of eaten throughout the aging process. And it is naturally gluten-free, thanks to the origin of the molds, that is of a typology Penicillium roqueforti, but created on a basis of rice that makes the product gluten-free, because there are certain blue cheeses of which the molds are created on like bread source, and so they contain gluten. For what concerns production and aging, as I was saying, I would like to talk about our artisanal production. That is where the products of Forever Cheese come from. So from this map, you can see these are the farmers that are selected in around 15-20 kilometers, like in let's say half an hour from our production site, and are specific farmers that produce high quality milk selected for the artisanal production site. What does it mean, artisanal production? So artisanal production means that the ingredients, so the production happens in a vat, in cheese making vat of 3,000 liters, or also we have one small production site that has only 700 liters, so only for 7 wheels of Gorgonzola. Just to say, to produce a wheel of Gorgonzola with a weight of about 12 kilos, we need more or less 100 liters of milk. So Gorgonzola artisanally is produced in this vat according to the tradition. Ingredients are inserted by hand, they are mixed by hand. The curd then is cut always by hand, and all the procedure is done really manually according to the tradition, and with cheesemakers that works with our family since more than 20 years. And also just to say, my grandfather Natale Leonardi, that was my great grandfather Natale Leonardi, that was the founder of our company, was a master cheesemaker, and his recipe is still used today in our production. So these are some pictures of the manual production, just to show. But then it comes another very important part when it comes to Gorgonzola, that is the aging. So for Gorgonzola dolce typology, because so under the PDO, so the PDO is Gorgonzola Dolce, and the PDO then accepts and defines two typologies of Gorgonzola. One is Gorgonzola Dolce and one is Gorgonzola Piccante. Then all the other ways to call the product and all the specificity to call the product, for example, the extra creamy is like a subcategory, it's like an adjectivation of a specific typology of product, but it exists only two typologies of Gorgonzola that are dolce and piccante. So for Gorgonzola dolce, the PDO states that the minimum aging is 50 days. But then when it comes to an extra creamy typology, to have a very let's say strong creaminess of the product, that we also call it spoonable kind of, we have to go with a longer aging, so at least for 70 or 80 days. And then we have the Gorgonzola Piccante, where the PDO states that the minimum aging is 80 days. So aging is, as you can see, is a fundamental part. So after the production of Gorgonzola, salting and the warm rooms for about 3-4 days, we pass into the aging of the cheese. The cheese is pierced with 100 needles for 2 times, like one time at 7 days from the production and the second time at 14 days from the production, because the molds, so the ingredients, were inserted in a liquid form at the beginning of the production, and if we do not pierce the wheels, so if we do not let the oxygen to enter inside the paste of the cheese, it will happen nothing. It will remain totally white and consistent in paste. So thanks to the oxygen that penetrates inside the paste of the cheese, we have a natural development of the molds that starts to develop from 35 days since the day of the production. As I was saying, in this picture, you have in the right corner, you have a man that is doing a procedure that is called salting. Salting happens like 2 days before the production, 3 days before the production, and 4 days, so for 3 times for the typology Piccante. It's very important the control of temperature, humidity, to turn the wheels once per week during the aging of the cheese to have the best possible quality at the end of the aging. Yeah, basically this is. Then, of course, for example, there are, of course, some differences at the beginning of the production in the recipes for the different typology of Gorgonzola, in the sense that, so Gorgonzola Dolce, Gorgonzola Piccante, of course, follow the same general recipe, but there are some adjustments in terms of maybe the strength of the ingredients, the molds, the starter cultures, the temperature of pasteurization, the temperature where we work the milk to make the curd, and then also on the typology dolce, there are different like subcategories, like consistent in paste that follows some specific requirements, while the more extra creamy, where we do not only go to a longer aging, but we also work at the beginning of the production, for example, leaving more humidity inside the cubes of the curd. So basically cutting the curd bigger to have more humidity that then will develop more creaminess throughout the aging process. So this is a little bit the history of 90 years of company in about 10 minutes. I know it's very, very short, but I hope it was clear. And at the end, I'm available for all the possible questions.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Giulia, and also very, very fast, but awesome, and a lot of information. And I hope everybody absorbed all of that. But of course, like we said, we're gonna leave a little bit of time at the very end. Encourage you to come up with any questions, especially that you have for Giulia, since she's joining us. Questions for me, you can shoot me an email. You can catch me later. Don't worry about it. You can also ask me now. But we really appreciate that. So just to reiterate, I'm going to switch over to our other camera here. The cheeses that Giulia was sharing about, we have our Gorgonzola Dolce. Again, as the word implies, a little bit sweeter, a little bit softer cheese. We have over here our Gorgonzola Picante. This is a firmer, has a little more bite to it. And then finally, the subcategorization, as Giulia was pointing out, under the Dolce is the extra creamy, not its own category, but per se by the PDO, but this is aged and becomes that sort of spoonable, creamy quality. As you can see, we've actually got a scoop in here, and I will show you in a moment how that can be applied. So thank you so much. These are great cheeses. Just to give some further context of how these fit into our catalog, we wanted to share a couple other favorite Italian blue cheeses. Oh, we got to switch over to the other camera because I'm talking. You want to see me. We wanted to share a couple of the other cheeses that we offer here at Forever Cheese from Italy. Well, I'll let you talk about the first one. This is another one actually from the Piemonte region.
Yeah, Verde Capra right here. So we've got this one. It's looking nice and creamy. It's been sitting out for a little over an hour, so it's looking beautiful. But this cheese is a pasteurized goat's milk cheese, again from the Piedmont region in Italy. This is the only goat's milk cheese that we have displayed today. The rest are pasteurized cow, so it's special for that reason. This is also a pre-order cheese only, just so that everyone knows. But it's made from the producer Arnoldi, and Arnoldi also produces the Taleggio that we bring in. But one thing I really like about this cheese is it has a very fudgy texture. It's slightly less creamy than the Gorgonzola Dolce, little fudgier, and it has a very pleasant tanginess to it. It's not too powerful, so it pairs really well with a lot of different things. I really like it on a cheese board with maybe some fruit, a little honey. Especially with pears, it's delicious. But it is on the more mild side as far as blues go. So if you're looking for something maybe on the less mild side, I think Mike might have the cheese for you.
So let's get weird. We have another cheese from, again, another one of my favorite producers, a gentleman named Sergio Moro. This is a name, if you've heard it, we associate Sergio Moro with experimentation, innovation. He has created a number of different cheeses that we are very fond of, the Sottocenerial Tartufo being one of the more popular ones, Baricato al Pepe, the list goes on. Very popular cheese for us around the holidays is called Negroni. Why? Because it has the word Negroni in it, and because people like Negronis, and it is soaked in vermouth and tastes like Negroni. What sometimes people forget is that we have another cheese that's very similar, from Sergio Moro. That cheese is the Fior d'Arancio. I'll kick over to my other camera here. This is the Fior d'Arancio. This is soaked in a local wine from the Veneto region where Sergio operates, and it is then topped with the oranges, as you can see. Obviously, it's not going to be a direct flavor match to the Negroni because we're talking about a wine, but it does have that boozy, delicious, bright, tangy blue cheese, booze soaked, and this one is stocked. So again, we mentioned the Verde Capra pre-order item, very special, encourage you to pre-order that. But if you're looking for Negroni or something similar from the same producer, the Fior d'Arancio is an awesome cheese.
It looks so beautiful. It's a great one to show off at a party.
Yeah. So So that's the spread of blue cheeses. And sure, like last but not least, we wanted to sort of give you guys some ideas of how to pair these things. So I'll let you go first.
Yes. Yeah, we've got these lovely blue bites right here. So while I'm talking, I'm going to add some honey to these. Yeah. It's got some nice thick sunflower honey here, but the base is the fennel Tyroles, which is my personal favorite kind of Tyroli. I think fennel can be pretty strong sometimes, but I like that the fennel is kind of subtle with these, so you can pair it with a lot of different things without it being too overpowering. So we've got the Gorgonzola picante on top with a little bit of our pre-sliced speck, and then a dab of honey. So we're going to give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. All right,
See how it
cheers.
goes. Hopefully my mouth won't be too full for too long.
Yeah, I gotta switch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a mess, so I'm gonna put it over here. Oh wow, actually it's even better than I expected.
It's really good.
It's good stuff. You got the
My
sweetness,
mouth is very full, but it's really good.
sweetness of the honey, the tang of the picante.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't want to hear me talk while I'm eating.
We should have alternated.
Yeah. Okay, now that I'm done eating it, I can talk about it. The unctuousness of the speck, the crunchiness, and the sort of base of the Tyroli. That's really good.
Yeah, the smokiness, yeah, with like tangy, smoky, sweet. It's a really good combo.
Okay,
Very
now
balanced.
the other one, our little coup de grace over here. We've taken the extra creamy, which is, as we said, spoonable, and we spooned it.
Very
So,
spoonable.
as you can see here, we have these lovely, yeah, we got a nice, oh, that's getting a weird contrast. Let's go right there. I don't know how to do it. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
You did it. Some lovely little ice cream cones with extra creamy gorgonzola.
They're so
How
cute.
fun is that? And so what we're going to do, we're not just going to stop there. I'm going to take these bad boys and I'm going to grab our orange chocolate mostarda from Casa Forcello. Now, as we will remind you at what's up? Oh yeah, camera. This is, I have to be the director and the and the eater. I mostly want to be the eater. Reminder to always stir your mostarda. They put the mustard essence at the top, as you will learn in a later mostarda webinar, tease. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of this mostarda here, and I'm going to drop it on top of this cone. Oh wow,
Ooh,
that is like
beautiful.
decadent. All right,
Like
I'll
a
eat
little
it.
Sundae.
Do you want one?
I would like a little taste. I'm gonna take a smaller bite.
Here, you
this
take
time,
that one.
but okay, thank you. Yeah,
I'll
I
do
really
the
want to
same
try
with this one.
orange chocolate mostarda with it.
And we're on camera one.
Wow,
That's really
it's
good.
so interesting.
That's like a flavor explosion.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing here. This is crazy.
this is awesome.
It's actually really good.
I'm a big fan. I may even like this one more than the last.
There you go.
I liked.
I'll
I
finish
don't
that
know
in
if
a
I
minute.
would. Yeah, same. That'll be
Okay.
here in a couple minutes.
So we don't really. We kind of just want to eat now, but we're gonna let you guys ask questions instead. So I'm gonna kick it over to you all. Reminder that Giulia is with us, and this is your chance to ask her anything, especially about IGOR and Leonardi, and I kick it over to the audience. Do we have anything?
Just one comment. Great to know that your cheeses are gluten-free. Very helpful.
We have a comment that it is great to know that the IGOR Gorgonzolas are gluten-free and lactose-free, which is very nice information.
Is the extra creamy spoonable available year-round?
Is the extra creamy spoonable year-round? Yes, it is.
Yeah, in the quarters. I believe we also have some. We might have some pre-orders in other sizes, but
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
have a
quarters.
few different varieties, but there is a variety of extra creamy that's available year-round. We have some like reserve, like varying levels of extra creamy, but yes, you can get that one.
anything else?
How do you display it in a retail shop?
How do you display it in a retail shop? That's a great question. I mean, honestly, if you want to see what it looks like in the package, here I'll do a zoom on this. This is what we're looking at in the package. But I would encourage you, as you can see from the presentation here, it's a lovely presentation, especially if you were to get a full wheel of this, put it out. And this is what a lot of folks will do when it's sampling season. And honestly, the ice cream cone idea, we're not the ones that came up with it. It's a very cool way to show off this cheese.
Why does the mold in blue appear as blue while the mold in other cheeses does not? This might be a question for Giulia.
I was going to say, I think Giulia might have a good answer to this one.
Yeah.
Why is it blue?
Okay. So first of all, let's say that we are specialized in blue cheese. So I'm not like a cheese technician, and I don't know every mold. But the Penicillium roqueforti mold used to produce Gorgonzola, it has this specificity of showing a blue color. While there are so many typologies and species of different type of molds that do not show a specific color, so the appearance remains white, as well as the action on the paste of the cheese, because for example the blue molds of Gorgonzola, they are the main actor that makes the paste of the cheese become creamy, if it is clear. So all the molds have different reactions with the different typologies of milk, and they can have different specificity. So the one for Gorgonzola, it becomes blue. So it is the specificity of the Penicillium roqueforti mold.
Awesome answer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Giulia.
And then, any certain breed of cows used for milk? How many farms supply your cheese production?
Great question.
So the most let's say popular breed of cows used for milk in our region in Italy is the Frisian. Is this the correct translation? Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Frisian cow.
So this is the breed of cow, because it's a very common breed in our region, and it's very let's say it has a good production of milk of a good quality in terms of especially casein, protein, and fat. And we have about 150 farms that are located in Piedmont and Lombardy region. And as I was saying before, for our artisanal production, we have about 50 farms that are located in an area of let's say 30 minutes close to the production site.
What makes Gorgonzola its own distinct category of blue cheese?
Another good question.
So yeah, what makes Gorgonzola unique as a blue cheese?
Well, first of all, it is the third cheese in terms of the third PDO cheese in terms of production at Italian level, and normally we don't like identificate like we don't always associate like Gorgonzola as a blue cheese, because it's like in its own category. So it's first of all, like when you say blue cheese, there's a world of cheeses that you can imagine, while Gorgonzola, as soon as you say Gorgonzola, you always associate with an added value, higher quality, traceability, specific locations in Italy, PDO, so security also for the consumers. It is a kind of higher value than higher quality cheese, not compared to the other, like for example, blue cheeses that you have there, but more when you say blue cheese, at least at European level, it goes more on the commodity cheeses. So mainly used, I don't know, at industrial level. So Gorgonzola, it's in the blue cheese category. In the PDO, it is the one that is mostly produced, exported, and sold.
That's great.
Yeah, so you know what you're gonna get. Love it.
All right. So do we have any more questions? We probably do. No, we're good. Okay.
We have two more.
Okay, we can probably do two more.
All right. How can blue cheese be lactose free?
Yeah, how is blue cheese lactose free? What the heck?
So I will try to explain technically, but easy way. So when we start the production, what do we do? So we pasteurize the milk, let's say at an average of 75 degrees. So two different temperatures, 72 degrees for dolce and 80 degrees Celsius for the picante. I don't know the conversion in Fahrenheit, so take it like this.
I don't know it either.
Yeah. So we start the pasteurization. So we start pasteurization of the milk, and then we go in the cheese production vat. In the cheese production vat, we insert first the milk that arrives already mixed with the starter cultures. Then we insert the yeast, the molds, and the last ingredient that we insert is the rennet. That is animal rennet. All these ingredients are stated in the PDO. So the animal rennet is a natural coagulator that turns the milk from a liquid state to a solid, semi-solid form that is the curd. When we have the curd, imagine like a block of cheese, we cut the curd in cubes, and from the curd it starts to exit the whey. So the whey is like a yellow liquid that then at the end of the line, after about 1 hour of, let's say, rest of the curd inside the whey for the acidification process, we drain the excess of whey and we put the curd, so the cheese, inside the vat. In the whey, it is thanks to the ingredients that we put, thanks to the natural chemical reaction, it remains three things. Some fat that is present inside the milk, some proteins that are present inside the milk, and some sugar. And the sugar inside the milk, mostly it is lactose. So mostly of the sugar, lactose, remains inside the whey. And then, thanks to the bacteria, the microflora inside the cheese, the remaining part of the lactose is eaten by these proteins and bacteria throughout the aging process. And we, as IGOR, we are the first Italian cheese company to be also certified by the Italian Associations for Lacto Intolerance, because our parameter for the lactose is 10 times lower than the ministerial parameter. So from the Minister of Health in Italy.
Okay.
Hope it was clear.
Lastly, is the verde capra closer to a picante or dolce in texture?
Ooh.
Or something else?
I would say probably dolce is the quick answer. If you, I don't know if you can see, maybe we can go to the other camera, but you can kind of see how these cheeses have been out just for a few minutes and how they're developing. You can see it's got that softer texture, the verde capra. So I would compare it mostly to the dolce. It's even starting to look kind of similar to this extra creamy.
Yeah,
over
it's
here.
even though it looks pretty creamy on the top, it still does have a nice fudginess to it. I would agree that it's more similar to the dolce, but it still is like a little bit less creamy than dolce and a little more fudgy. But it has a excellent.
Fudgy is probably a good descriptor.
Yeah.
All right, I'm told we have one more, and we'll try and make this real quick.
What are the best ways to wrap Gorgonzola in a retail case setting?
What a good question.
That's a good
This one we
question.
bring mongers.
I know.
I should need to bring a monger.
It depends on
next
which one. Like I've wrapped the dolce and picante behind the counter, and it's okay with plastic, but for the extra creamy, I mean, that's a tough one. I feel like paper.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's also good, I mean, these come in these plastic containers, any sort of way that you can find it, or clamshell or something is a good way to do that. Also a good way to present it and sell it. All right, I would love to talk all day. We're already a little over time. Oh, yeah.
Like, one small thing, yeah. The extra creamy gorgonzola normally, as you said, also on the Italian market, where it's very much popular, it is on a retail setting for mongers. It is packed in pot.
Yes.
So behind the counter, they put it in like a pot that can be like mostly
like the
plastic
clamshell.
based, but they can be also paper based, and then they close it so you just have the cream.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
this is one way of selling it.
Perfect.
That makes
All right.
sense.
That's amazing.
Well,
Thank you so much, Giulia, for joining us today. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, me.
Thank you, Mike.
And thank you, of course, everybody who joined us today. We're really looking forward to seeing you where we have a number of fun webinars coming up this year. We'll make sure to keep you tuned in. If you do have any questions that you didn't get answered today, you can always email us at info@forevercheese.com. And of course, you can also reach out to your rep, whoever it is that you're working with at Forever Cheese already. You can reach out to them. Other than that, again, I want to thank everybody. Was there anything I missed? Oh, samples. Yeah, same thing. If you want to try any of this stuff, same thing. Either reach out to your rep or reach out to info@, and we will get those out to you super quick. Other than that, it's really been a pleasure for you guys to spend this, well, in New York at least, very chilly January day. But hopefully you get to eat some blue cheese like we're about to do as we get off this call. So thank you guys.
Sure. Thank you, Julia. Thanks everyone for joining.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Have a
Bye,
great day.
everyone. Thanks.